Hello there folks, and how is it going? And welcome back to another video, and welcome to the breezy very northwest of Spain. We're west-ish, I suppose. I think this is probably one of the northernly points of Spain, and wow. So I've had this place earmarked for quite a while, and it is not disappointing. Let me take you over here and give you a bit of a tour of what we can expect to photograph this evening, and maybe tomorrow morning as well, depending. We have the van parked. It was a beautiful drive from where we were in last week's video, and but let's look to the future, and let me turn you around here because it is absolutely magnificent. Hold your breath, folks. Hold your breath. Look at this. Whew. Now, it's obviously very, very windy, so forgive the wind noise. So this is one side of things. Now, I don't know, the brave among you might wander down there. I don't know. It's pretty windy. I don't know whether I'll actually walk down to that outcrop, or whatever you want to call it. There is a trail, I hope you can see over there. That looks pretty easy going. I think if I put my boots on, I'd probably be able to manage it. And it actually goes all the way down to the water's edge, which could be really, really cool. We only really just arrived here, so I'm just kind of in scout mode. And then if we look then this direction, you can see then as well, there's loads of pointy things coming up out of the water. So there is lots and lots of wonderful photography opportunities to take advantage of here, and I certainly intend to do that. And I'm delighted that we made the effort to come here. It's, as I say, it's a bit out of the way, but beautiful nonetheless. The forecast is looking good. It's very overcast at the minute, and it may rain very shortly, but only very lightly. But the forecast is set to clear just when we need it to. So we will see. If some of the cloud lingers, then that would be amazing. But I think the aim of the game is really to see how we may overcome long exposure photography in windy conditions like this. So I might use the van as a shield if I can, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just use my girth as a shield because it's not too windy back here. But anyway, the trials and tribulations of seascape photography. So I am delighted, really, 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 really delighted, and there's no one around, so it's great. If you come to Spain, come in the off season, or at least in the shoulder season, and you'll have the place to yourself. So I am going to get organized. This is a rambly intro, folks. I'm going to get organized and take a few tests and just see what the day brings. We've got a good few hours before the sun sets anyway, and yeah, it's going to be great. Let's get our stuff and let's see what we can do. Okay. 2, 1, 2. Well, I am thrilled to say that the wind has actually died down a good bit. It was very blustery when we arrived, and I wasn't expecting the wind to die down, so it's great news. Really, really great news. And there is a break in the clouds. Let me turn you around here. So you can see on the horizon there's a break, which would be amazing if that stayed there. And so I basically took the camera. I have my 16-35 on. It was one of the tips I was going to go on about when photographing in high winds to try and capture any kind of semblance of long exposures, is just not to shoot with your long lens because it just wobbles like crazy. So the stumpier the better, stump legs. But nonetheless, we shall continue as we set out to do. I'm looking to just basically try and capture just an overarching kind of scene, a nice wide shot if I can. Some beautiful, beautiful structure in the clouds, and it looks really, really fantastic. So let's set up, let's see what we can do. So as I was setting up this particular shot that we're looking at, I just noticed also as well, there's some wonderful bed of flowers just below us here, which I hope you can see. Zoom pan down. Look at that. So that could be a really, really nice kind of foreground kind of element that we can maybe play around with. It only really work if there's any kind of light on them, as it's all very flat now at the moment. But nonetheless, I have I've got very minimal. I've got the gizmo, the camera, and then I've got my filters just like attached to the zip of my hoodie. And thankfully the rain has passed. So got a very wide shot. I'm gonna pop on some filters, and if any of these pictures turn out to be any good, I'm gonna pop them up on the screen for you right now. Let's have a look. Welcome friends to the ASMR Photography Studio, and welcome to the first image in this week's video. Now, as I mentioned, I shot a lovely wide angle shot, and I wanted to include some of these lovely flowers in the foreground. And you know, I'm not overly pushed about how this image looks. It's obviously nice, it's a beautiful, beautiful scene, don't get me wrong, but you know, it's just a bit kind of meh, and I just wanted to include it just so you guys can have a bit more of a kind of, oh, that's kind of what he was looking at in terms of the grand scheme of things. But overall, the scene is beautiful. Whether it photographs well or not, I don't know. The foreground is a bit messy. Unfortunately, the flower bed didn't go all the way across the frame, which is fine. I can't judge where the flowers grow or not. But all the same, it's just such a beautiful scene. And again, like I say, I just wanted to kind of give you guys a bit more of a view in terms of, you know, what you could expect if you were to stand here as well. Without any kind of like nice soft directional light though, the flowers unfortunately fall a bit flat. The long exposure is nice, which is cool, but overall, good start, and let's push on. So I actually have moved down the treacherous path to the outcrop that we were looking at earlier, and wow, it's unobstructed goodness. It's still a bit breezy. I'm testing the water with a 60-second exposure right now, so we'll see if it remains anyway kind of sharp. It's a bit breezy, but you know, there's some rocks here behind, like big tall kind of rocks. Can you see? Stop following my face. And so I might be able to find some shelter there, but I might need to run back up to the van to grab the other lens just to give me a bit more reach, because even at 35 it's just that bit too short. The wide shot is great, but it just unfortunately gives too much foreground, so I'll see what I can do back up there and try like introduce some foreground and you know, to play around with that and use that as a nice anchor. So let's see what happens here with this 60-second exposure. Is it sharp? Is it sharp? I love to be able to pinch and zoom. It could be sharp, it could be sharper, but that's me going in at like 400%. So but wow, look at it. Let me stand up here and walk backwards so you can see. Absolutely gorgeous. So even out over that direction is just magic. Now Jesus, I wouldn't go down there. That talk about taking your life into your hands. And but you can see we've got some wonderful, I mean, if that catches a bit of light, even this frame looking here, that would be gorgeous with a bit of side light. So hopefully something like that works. So I've got the camera very tentatively sitting at the edge right there. Good thing I renewed my insurance. And but I'm gonna grab it now and let's head back, see if we can find a bit of shelter. Oh, hold on, wait. Look at this though. It is the cool, oh, don't turn around, you dope. Look at this chair. That's the coolest chair ever. You're just looking out over all of that madness. So anyways, if any of the pictures that I capture from standing down here turn out to be any good, I'm going to pop them up on the screen for you now. Let's consider these to be test shots until the light, maybe if the light happens, then great. If not, then we shall see. Wow. Oh, I might even be able to get my long lens from here. Anyway, let's have a look at the pictures. Now we get into some serious business here, folks. I absolutely love this photograph, and as you can see, I did try my best to, you know, blend away that kind of horizon. I wanted to kind of give this a more fine arty kind of feel.
I am so happy with how it turned out. Now my horizon blending certainly needs some improvement. As you know from past videos, I have been trying to do this, and I'm happy enough with the kind of way that this kind of worked out. Thankfully there was a decent bank of cloud out there anyways, so it kind of made it a bit easier for me. But overall I'm super duper happy with how this image turned out. I love that kind of vast emptiness that, blending away the horizon really gives images like this. And the exposure time is just, it's so beautiful. I absolutely adore it. Really, 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 really proud of that one. Now, we went in for a bit of a tighter crop with this next shot, and I actually decided, as you can see, to convert it into a black and white. And again, like that previous one, I am super happy with how this particular one turned out. I love the contrast, love that whitewash that's bouncing around the rocks and stuff. Smashing image as far as I am concerned. We actually come back to this composition a bit later on in the video, but for now, super duper happy with how this particular one turned out. I really love the kind of feel to it, the grittiness to it, and then, like I say, just that contrast and the glow from the right really kind of helps pop the color, or at least pop the light on the rocks. So I'm super duper happy I decided to change this one to black and white, and absolutely love how it turned out.
So, as you can see from behind me, I hope you can see, we are starting to get a bit of light. Now, there's the cloud, there's like a sliver of space, and the sun has probably another maybe 15 minutes or so before it peeps through. And so I'm going to grab the gear again and get myself nicely set up here. I'm going to just focus, so you know the way you've got these times, these moments where it's like, oh my God, I've got so little time. I'm going to just focus on being up here. And I took some test shots with my 28-75, and I really love just isolating this section here. I'll pop up a test shot as we progress. But I think I just want to focus on that because I love that so much. And if we get the chance to shoot anything else while we have that bit of light, then that's a huge bonus. But the aim of the game really is just to focus on that particular set of sea stacks, because they are just so beautiful. And I really do want to run down over to that other side as well, if I can. So anyways, let's get the gear, let's get set up, and then we shall patiently wait and see what happens. Let's get going. So, curse the forecast. Oh, I tell you, it's raining now. I don't think it's going to happen for us, folks. As you can probably see here, I mean, it's gorgeous over there, and the mood is really fantastic, but I just don't think the sun is going to break through. I really hope it does. Look how clear and wonderful it is here as the mood then descends as we pan around. I am over the other side now. I changed my mind. I figured if I was going to start anywhere, I would start here and then run back over. It's only just there. You can probably see the van. It's really not far. This is a very wide angle, so it doesn't really help my case in showing you how far away anything is. But it's very cliff edgy here, so you have to be super duper mindful. But it's really gorgeous nonetheless. So again, I'm just going to wait and just see what happens. So actually, just to give you a point of reference, you see here, this is the set of sea stacks that we were looking at from the other perspective, just to give you an idea of where we are. Now there is a wonderful kind of sea arch over here as well that we could potentially take some nice pictures of if we can. It's just the rain is unfortunately coming at us. So it's like raindrop lens. But we're here, we're waiting, let's see what happens. I'll probably go back to the van and wait in the van. So let's wait, let's see what happens. But you know, fun times are being had. This would be a wonderful spot to photograph the eclipse at. So we shall see. But if it's this cloudy, there won't be any eclipse. But anyways, nonetheless, my camera here is getting very wet. Look, there's a good test of the the weather sealing of the Sony A7R5. Here's hoping it has weather sealing. I'm going to put it in the bag. I'm going to stop rambling and let's let's wait it out. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, so I have changed my mind again. I've come back to the shot that I really want. There is no point in faffing around and missing it when you get the opportunity to when it arises. And now, as we can see, it's still raining, unfortunately, but there is a tiny bit of light now starting to creep onto the left faces of the rocks. This is terrible, you can't see it in this image, but I'll pop it up on the screen after we get through all of this. But it is absolutely shaping up to be very nice. I'm loving the water. I'm at about 90 seconds, which is fantastic. I better close this window here. And yeah, really delighted with how this is looking on the back of the camera. So I'm going to keep shooting through the rain, and this is like, perseverance versus kind of preparedness, I guess. We will see. I can think the sun is just about to peep out and glow it up. So let's keep our fingers and toes crossed. So if this image or any of the ones that I capture in the next kind of crazy scramble turn out to be any good, I'm going to pop them up on the screen for you right now. Let's have a look. It's happening, oh, it's so happening, it's happening. Now, I wanted to come back to you just before we get into any of the photographs to say that it is happening and it is beautiful. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous. I love the pictures that are coming up on the back of the camera. I am actually going to run down now. Well, not run because it's probably much more slippier than it was. I'm going to run down to where I was earlier. Because I think I might want to photograph that composition that I mentioned earlier in the video. So let's wait for this image to capture, and then we'll head down there tentatively and carefully, of course, and take some more pictures. So if any of the pictures turn out to be any good, I know I said this a few minutes ago, but if any of them turn out to be any good, I'm going to pop them up on the screen really this time, right now for you. Okay, let's have a look.
So here we are at the last few images of this video. We did look at this scene earlier and I did photograph it. I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I came to the post-production of this image. It's very vibrant, almost a bit kind of Instagrammy, if that makes sense. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from it. It's all right, I like it. The color in the water, obviously the golden light streaming in is beautiful and the green on the mountains is lovely, but I don't know, meh. You tell me, what do you think in the comments below? Do you like it or not? There's not a huge amount going on with it other than the kind of golden light coming in from the top right. But it is really a beautiful scene, and that's what it does have going for it. It's a wonderful place to be standing and to overlook when the light does happen. But like I say, I don't know what the hell I was thinking with the post-production. Very Instagrammy, but sure, look, nonetheless. Let's move on to another little black and white. I actually used my 100 to 400 to really punch in. I noticed this kind of channel of water that was being surrounded by all of this gorgeous rock down there, and the water was just streaming in and catching some beautiful light. And again, as you can see, decided to convert this one into a black and white, and I really love that unwavering kind of stance that the rock takes against that constant movement in the ocean. I love that about this kind of image, and all of that kind of seascape stuff. You know me at this stage now, I love that kind of stuff. Really happy with how this one turned out. Very kind of, I don't know, moody. I'm gonna just say moody. I like that about it, So, but let's move on. This was captured a little bit later in the evening, and I love the kind of loneliness of the rock in this overall frame. The color was gorgeous, the light was magic, but there's just something about that rock that's just very lonely, and I like that about it. It's like on its own, standing against nature as it ebbs and flows and crashes and bashes around it, and I really like how this particular one turned out. I don't know whether I you know, should have, you know, extended the exposure a little bit more on the water, but I like the fact that there's some texture in there, and of course the color in the sky is really, really fantastic. But let's move on now to the final image. This is that same composition that we saw earlier on, but just with some light. Wow, the difference it makes is just so gorgeous. And of course the fact that it's this beautiful streaming golden light really, really, really helps make this image pop. I am super happy with how this one turned out. Could be a really, really good print, which I keep saying all the time, but yeah, it probably could be a really nice print. But really, really happy with how it turned out. And like I've said before, I absolutely adore these kinds of images, and it just constantly drew me back this type of image throughout the whole video, as you guys would have saw. The exposure was perfect. I love that motion in the water, and of course that whitewash really helps emphasize and just draw the eye. Oh god, it's so beautiful. I absolutely love it. And of course the rocks themselves are just fantastic, but nonetheless, yeah, really, 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 really happy with how all of these images turned out, and this one in particular I absolutely adore. So fun times were had, my friends.
Well folks, what an absolutely fantastic end to such a wonderful day. It was very kind of up in the air whether it was going to happen or not, but wow, when it did happen it was absolutely gorgeous. And the last lingering bit of light as the sun goes behind that mountain now, just going to enjoy just as a normal person. And it's really, really beautiful. So, you know, it'd be absolutely fantastic here for some astro, maybe sometime down the line. But other than that, wow, what an experience. Really, really fantastic. It far exceeded the expectations I had before coming here. So look, if you liked the video folks, give it a like. And of course, if you fancy following along for more of this wonderful Spanish adventure, you are most welcome to hit that subscribe button. But for now, I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Cheers.